World premiere of this car, the Carens from Kia. This particular one is Imperial Blue. It has the 1.4 turbo GDI engine and the 7-speed DCT gearbox. There you go. First look at this car exclusively for you right now. And that's what the interior looks like. Yes, it's a 3-row car and lots of reflections, I know. There you go. That's the third row. The second row, and of course the front seats, where you can see that the top model gets you the virtual cluster as well as the touchscreen interface that we've been used to seeing from Kia. So now the question is, what do we think about this car? Haven't driven it yet, so that's one question that I can't answer. But the car itself, in terms of styling, etc., the good news is it's very differentiated from the Seltos. So if you take a look at it, though, on the side profile, you get a little sense of Seltos there. But this part is what's going to interest a lot of people. The wheelbase on this car, Kia says, is the longest in the segment, the longest wheelbase in the segment. And of course, you've got design details like the tail light and headlight cluster that follow what is now being called a star map pattern. Star map pattern. They say that all of this comes off from constellations. Go figure. Yes, it's based on star constellations. And you of course have a fair amount of chrome on the car as well. There's lots of chrome detail up there. The door handles as well are chrome. And this color, like I said, is Imperial Blue. There's also a moss brown color. These are the two new colors from Kia. Besides that, you've got a whole host of other colors that will be available. Engine options, 1.5 petrol, 1.5 diesel. The diesel will have a 6-speed automatic. The petrol will be manual only. The 1.4 petrol, the turbo, has a manual. And of course, the DCT that I just mentioned a short while earlier as well. So what do we look forward to besides the actual drive experience? I think a lot of what you see inside the car, I think a lot of that is what I will be looking forward to, because, you know, there is a claim that there's a lot of sense of space even on the third row, and there is a dedicated AC vent for the third row as well. An enhanced comfort promise, if you can call it that, from Kia is what I'm looking forward to experiencing the most on this car. That's the silver behind me. You can see how it looks in that color as well. And when do we drive the car? That's the other question a lot of people have been asking. Well, expect my review sometime around the end of January. It's not going to happen before that. It says Kia. In terms of production, etc., the car, they are gearing up for it. And we should have a market rollout sometime around February. That's the expectation, at least from all of us. So the Carens, first look. And now, if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask. I see a lot of you are waving and saying hi, so hello. And I have to ask you now, now you can take a look at that front LED signature. There you go. They call that star map. And you see a lot of glossy black element now. That's part of the Opposites United strategy, the design language. I'm not sure you can pick up. Let me flip the camera around. All right, you see the little diamond pattern in there? There you go. Nice shiny black pattern. And the glossy black surround for the entire headlamp and DRL cluster. Lots of glossy black here in the middle as well. And then down here you see a lot of that beveled chrome, very similar to what the Seltos grille looks like. So a little bit of, you know, the previous design language, but mostly everything about the United, Opposites United design language showing up on this car. So plenty for you to react to. Third row space will have to be market changer if it is that spacious. I agree. Well, we'll have to wait and see, right? Like right now, there you go. You can see a decent amount of leg room, but they're not letting us inside the car yet, and so I'm going to respect that and not try and force my way in. All right, I'm trying to just scroll through and see if I've missed any questions. Do we have an automatic petrol variant? Yes, I think Ketan, you missed that. This is it actually. This is the automatic variant because this is the 7-speed DCT with the turbo GDI engine. So that will be the automatic. The 1.5 petrol will not have an automatic though. and the diesel will have an automatic as well. So okay, so if there are no more questions, I will end. Is this placed above the Seltos, says Amit? Yes, in a sense it is. But you know what? The company is claiming two different sets of buyers for both these cars. So who knows what will end up happening. But if you ask me my expectation in terms of pricing, well, 14 to about 19 lakhs. It should not go very much away from that. Now, the other good news with this car is that you're getting a standard safety package on this car. So 6-speed, kind of stuck on the gearbox. 6 airbags, that will be standard across all variants. The electronic stability control and all the other safety related features that form a safety package of sorts also will be standard across all variants. So that I think is great. What we don't know, of course, is crash capability. We don't have that, of course, at this point on this car. But oh, very kind. They're now rotating the platform so you can see the car from all angles.
Just a minute.
At the back. Yeah. Ventilated seats, panoramic sunroof, other smart features. Well, it's not a panoramic sunroof, that part I can tell you, because there's ceiling mounted AC vents on.
The car is stored.
Okay, so there's AC mounted, the AC vents are mounted on the ceiling, as you can see perhaps a little bit in there. There you go. You can see those are AC vents in the roof and AC vents in the roof at the back as well. So that's the reason why there's no panoramic sunroof, but there is a regular sunroof on this car. That part you do get. So that's the good thing, if you will. All right. Ventilated seats, the functionality does seem to be there, yes, but I can't confirm that to you at this point of time. Siddharth, the interior of the car is off limits, so we can't really show you the dashboard just yet with a clear view of the dashboard. But let me try and go up there one more time. Can I go up? All right. There you go. That's the best I can show you at this point as far as the dashboard is concerned. Good amount of legroom. What's interesting though is that you have an electric seat tumble down function for the second row. So the access to the third row becomes an electric tumble down function. So that's nice. Prashant says the side profile doesn't look too impressive. I agree. I think that they could have done a lot more, because what they're also claiming is that none of these body panels are shared with the Seltos. So all the more reason the side could have been made to look a little bit different. Most welcome, Siddharth. Just saw your response. You're most welcome. And let me just show you the button. You see this little button here? That's the electric press button for the tumble down. So you press that button and the seat tumbles once and twice. So that's a nice ease of ingress approach taken by Kia. All right, doesn't look like there's a whole lot of boot space left after the third seat is deployed, but it's not so bad. I mean, you know, given how these cars are on the whole. The part that interests me is the fact that they say it has the longest wheelbase in the segment. That should be interesting in terms of cabin space. Manoj, that's a question that I will answer once I've driven the car. But yes, I mean, the comparison no doubt will be made with those two cars for sure. On this one, I think the lighting is a little bit better, so you can see there's that button I was talking about again. You can press that button and then the seats tumble forward. This seat tumbles forward. You will have an option, I'm told, of a bench as well. So you could have a 6-seater or a 7-seater option. Those details are still awaited, of course. You can see this one is an automatic as well. And yes, there is ventilation. I just had a look at the little button down there. So front seat ventilation. Somebody asked that question some time back. Very much the case. You do get the front seat ventilation. I'm not sure I understand that question about the 6 airbags. They're standard, so it just means that across all variants you will have 6 airbags. What's the boot space? We don't have the figures yet, and so none of the figures have been shared with us at this point. You say Innova Krista like taillight cluster. I don't really see it because this is a continuous element in the middle which kind of joins the two tail lights. So that's nice. It doesn't light up. I do have to tell you that. The door handle is the regular kind. It's not a push kind. It's just a grab handle. Okay. So with that, thank you. You stay safe as well. And no, we can't show the boot either. Unfortunately, can't open the car. And it's kind of crowded right now. So as you can see, I have masked up again. So I'm going to end this live broadcast. As I mentioned earlier, the reason the sunroof is only in the front is because you have roof-mounted AC vents for the row 2 and row 3 passengers. So yeah, that's the reason why that's not the case. Okay, so plenty more questions I'm sure that you all have on the Carens. Please react to whatever you've seen here, and of course, don't forget, on our YouTube channel, you'll have my sort of detailed walkabout that will go up very soon. So that'll answer a lot of your questions as well. Keep your comments and feedback coming. Thank you. Please stay safe. Please mask up. Please wear your seatbelts and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.